May profits be upon you. Shout out to my main guy, Eunice. We're going to take a look at pound Swiss. Pound Swiss, the sterling against the Swiss franc. All right, the first thing I want you to know and acknowledge is that on the 22nd, there's a Bank of England interest rate decision going on. All right, and you may you want to be aware of that and avoid the potential impact of that interest rate decision. And on the same day is an interest rate decision for the Swiss franc. Okay, that could shake things up. All right, that could shake things up. You just want to be aware of it. You don't want to, you may want to hold off from trading this pair up until that point, because on that day will be some interesting price action, and the day before is FOMC, which will affect both of them. All right, because one is a safe haven, one is a riskier asset. All right, the Swiss being the safe haven of the two, and there's going to be some interesting price action going on. So when I say interesting, I mean it may be rough to navigate, right? So let's take a look from the top down. Let's look at the monthly. The first thing I want you to see is back here, the month of November, 1971, or is this 1972? 1974, I'm sorry, 1974. Something historical went on with the Swiss franc, and I need you to Google that and find out what it was. All right, but why I'm bringing your attention to it is that it formed a huge zone of demand. And guess where price is trading into right now? We just started trading into, you see this line, this horizontal line here? All right, that's where price is right now. We're just starting to trade into this zone. There's a lot of imbalance to rebalance here. All right, and price has made its way down here, rebalancing this whole, just correcting this whole move. And we're finally getting down into here. All right, so that's something I want you to acknowledge. So as price goes down into that demand, there's the potential for price to find a reversal point, right? All right, but on the monthly, it is obvious we are bearish, and not just a little bearish in the pound Swiss, but we are very bearish. It's breaking lows. I'm sorry here. This is the low here. And price went ahead and broke that one too, pulled back, and then went lower than that one. Okay, so we are very bearish, and it's very easy to see. All right, and we are trading below this major breakout level at 2000 from 2011. Right, this one is 2 years ago at 2020. Right, we are trading below that with some momentum in this month, right? So let's go to the weekly. And on the weekly, what do we see? Pretty much the same thing, right? And what we can see is price, when it dithers and it gathers, and it only pulls up, but it doesn't break the previous high. It just makes a lower high to do what? To make a lower low. But the fact is that it's breaking back through what should be strong demand, right? A strong support area, and it's just firing through that. So you got to acknowledge the strength of the bearishness, right? Now let's go down to the daily. All right, can we see something that can help us discern what we're looking at? And we really don't need any help, because this is very bearish. All right, very bearish. All right, we spent a little time there, dithered down a little bit, and then kept going. All right, that is a sharp bearish rally. Okay, a bearish drop, excuse me. So let's go to the 4 hour, and this is where we're going to make our money. This is where we're going to see some price action up close and personal, and we're going to figure out what setups might present itself. Right now, what I want you to see is on the 4 hour, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low. We're breaking these lows here, and that's the key. All right, now in this leg of structure, I have the trading range in it, right? Premium, discount. We want to take our sells from premium. We want to take our buys from discount, right? So what we can see is price has not traded back above the EQ, the equilibrium, which is here, the midpoint of this trading range. Price has not traded back above it as of yet. Is this the beginning of that pullback? Is the pullback over? We haven't seen the clues that would give us the signal that the pullback is over. All right, without those clues, and that includes a break of market structure. You understand? We need to see a break of market structure to say, okay, the pullback is over. All right, it's not over. All right, so if that's the case, we have to acknowledge that there's potential that price could come back up here. Now, this bearish candle swept the high of this bullish candle before it came down here, but we are in supply, right? All right, you see how long price did it here before it left? All right, this is a drop, base drop, all right? In the vernacular of those who trade supply and demand, all right? Could price break this zone? All right, if it does, then we're going into premium price, where I would look for shorts. All right, the deal is we have a lot of imbalance to fill here, right, between here and here. We have imbalance to rebalance. The market does anyway. So there is a draw to bring price up here. All right, doesn't mean it has to come all the way up here, but this is an unmitigated zone that price has not traded back into yet. All right, and the buys that market makers took to make this sell, they're in drawdown from those buys. Got to mitigate out of them, right? Doesn't mean it has to do on our schedule, but it's going to happen at some point, right? Now, what would indicate that we might be heading that way is if we break this high, if we take out this supply, all right? And that would be a big indication because we're breaking market structure to get up there, right? Okay, so what we have here is prices in between this supply and this demand. Okay, there is as you can see, imbalance here to fill. All right, so price could very well come back down and then go up. But here's the deal: what you want to do is think about the interest rate decisions that are coming out for both of these currencies on Thursday, and not to mention the day before FOMC. All right, so the US dollar will determine whether there is a risk on or risk off environment for the rest of the currencies. You understand? So I'm looking at Swiss strength. All right, I want to take a Swiss strength play because the pound is one of the weakest currencies. The Swiss right now is one of the stronger ones. I'm looking for more downside action. That's what I'm looking for. But what I can expect to see in the case that both of those interest rate decisions result in Swiss strength, what I can see up until that decision is made, price drift higher and quite possibly take out this supply zone and sweep these highs, maybe even respect this one, stay high, or maybe even sweep and go into the imbalanced area here. All right, but that would put us in premium price, and I would look for price to turn around there for that Swiss strength to come into play, and that'll be towards the middle of the week, right? Wednesday, Thursday. That is what I'm looking for. All right, so I'm going to be very careful. Do I recommend taking buys right now? No, I do not. I do not recommend taking buys. The only way I would take a buy right now is if this zone is taken out with a break and close above. If I get that break and close above, pop, 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 you know what I'm going to do already. I'm looking at the demand that's left behind as price makes its way through here. I'm looking at the demand left behind for a buy, for intraday trade up. All right. And this is going to be short term. And that's if I even want to do something like that. But I got to wait until this supply is taken out. So, you do what you want, on the 5 and the 1 or whatever. I'm looking for this zone to be taken out for safe trading. Okay. And then, just to take this counter trend short term trade. But I'm looking for price to do that. Maybe sweep, but I'm looking for price to break market structure to the downside. And I'll take the entry right there. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Smash the like button. Do it now if you would. Thank you very much. Do subscribe to my channel. And go in the comment section and leave me some feedback if you think if you're on board with pound Swiss and this short. And I think it could be a one to hold because I have a target down here, all right, that I think will reach. Maybe not next week, but it'll be on the way. It'll be on the way there. All right, and I think sometime next the following week, we might see the target hit. This is possible that we can see it hit by Friday, but we'll see. We'll see. That would take some really good momentum. But I enjoyed sharing this with you. Make sure you leave me a comment. I'll see you in the next video.